Everyone thinks that they're the main character. And like, of course you do. The protagonist is the person in the story who you know the most about. And who do you know about the most on Earth? Yourself. So duh, you must be the protagonist. But, of course, life is not a story. It's hell, so you're probably not the main character. It's more likely you're a lost soul wandering the plains of eternity given form forever. Hi again, guys, and I am the main character is a phrase that essentially describes the same type of person who thinks the world revolves around them, aka me. Except now we're in the era of TikTok, so people are willingly recording that shit. In comes the subreddit r/I am the main character, a place where people have conveniently aggregated this stuff for my commentating pleasure. Thanks, guys. I love doing less work. This video does come with a caveat, though, that at least some people in life actually are the main characters. So I'm going to be examining these videos like I usually do, meaning as an asshole, but also the person they focus on, and judge them by the criteria of how valid their claim to protagonist disease is. Also, if you enjoy this video, there will be this big card at the end that if you click or tap, takes you to another one like it. When you click it, it immediately gives me a half chub. It makes me feel all good inside. If you're 21 and over, I repeat, if you are 21 and Before I even watched this video, I knew a neighbor was gonna tell them to shut the fuck up, and I'm happy to say my precognition was correct. No one in New York City gives a fuck about anything anybody has to say ever, especially not at 6 a.m. I imagine some poor guy was trying to go to bed after his night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where he barely gets paid enough to afford his rent. And then these guys start screaming at the top of their lungs a few floors up, just as he's about to conk out. I'm gonna say this is some definite, undeniable main character syndrome. This sub is living up to the name so far.
It's red on my chest like a Zangoose. Everyone wanna fuck a mom like Chris Chan do. Most of what I do, I don't really think or plan through. I got trash taste like YouTubers in Japan do. Fine clothes and good, well I like.
Okay, I can't deny, the picture came out pretty well. Like, it's creative, I guess, but you had to contaminate an entire produce section to do it. I don't know if this is the earth revolves around me levels yet. It's less I am the main character and more I am a public nuisance. Now everybody wants to be a butcher because of me. Now, if you ask a kid, they want to be Salt Bae. They see me as an idol. I'm an inspiration to a lot of people in a very short period of time. I'm hoping the only thing that got butchered here was the translation, and it just made the Salt Bae guy come off worse than he was actually being. I don't get it. His name uses an outdated piece of internet slang, and he's still popping. When was the last time you heard someone say Bae out of the context of his name? I just don't get how he's maintained this level of relevance for so long. Like, he had one gag where he spread the salt. When was the last time you heard someone say Bae outside the context of his name? I guess that would just make it his word at this point if he's managed to grow beyond the original word's meaning.
Hello, small fellow. No, you go straight on, mate. You go straight on. Doing a good job. That's a good well done. Good boy.
That dog is the main character on principle. Like, yeah, obviously the people clear a path for him to walk with his big stick, but he's hitting every shonen protagonist trope along the way. People on the sidelines are randomly commenting on his remarkable power. Compared to how small he is and how much stick he's carrying, he's got clear super strength. All of the signs are right there. You don't even need this video for me to tell you that.
Well, I've been emailing Apple every single day to remove the meat emojis from the iPhones, and they're not doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. I've been emailing them every single day to stop putting the meat emojis in the phones. Like, it should be illegal. It's offensive to me, and it's triggering to people like me who are vegan. It is so triggering, and I don't know why they don't take them off the iPhone, because they're so triggering. I
would say this falls squarely under main character syndrome if it weren't the biggest bait in the world. It's kind of ironic because you usually use bait to attract meat, and that's exactly what happened here. Just farming endless amounts of meat on the bone in that comment section. It's just like that Hub video I watched last night. Congratulations, you got pulled into the crab cage. Just the old guy in the back making the most awkward eye contact possible with the camera is what makes this clip for me. I can't tell if he's just completely flabbergasted as to what a hired party performer is doing this shit for, or if he was trying to check her out, realized he was caught on camera, then awkwardly turned away. Gotta be honest, I have no idea what kind of party this person would even be hired for. Even though you can't hear it because it's like copyrighted and we muted it, the dance was done to a Christmas song, but she is definitely not in a Christmas outfit. This looks like a family get-together. What the fuck is going on? I think the title on the subreddit saying that she spent the whole time making TikToks is a little dramatic. This is not even 20 seconds long, and we have no idea if she made other ones than this. At least I don't. This video could have been recorded with the client's consent and could be a part of how they market to find new clients. There's just too many unknowns for me to say that it's main character syndrome. She gets a pass, but just by the skin of her teeth. You know, short of doing a world war, which, to be fair, is closer now than it usually is, still not super close, but it's like the brown note. Getting anywhere near the vicinity of it makes me shit myself. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Aside from that, the Olympics is the closest thing we have to a competition to measure dick between countries with. Olympic athletes having to live together in the Olympic Village sounds like the kind of sitcom pitch that would have a main character, if not multiple main characters. I think the thing that determines if this person's claim is valid or not is if they win. Is that why they say to only push the doors in case of emergency? Because they fold like lawn chairs if you fart on them too hard? Also, those two sets of doors he pushed were just not the same build quality. I bet the fact that the first push worked had the guy feeling good as hell, and then everything came crashing down around him on the second one. Literally. I think the real giveaway that this is main character behavior is that he still walked into the store after breaking that shit. Personally, I would have been scrambling in the other direction, back to my car after fucking up that bad. I don't know where people get the kind of balls to be this type of public inconvenience, but it's not even really worth it for content purposes. She's not doing anything interesting in the middle of the street, she's just sitting there. This is just a really easy way to get run over and not much else. Maybe the funny vertical video app has judged differently, and they're in charge, not me, but that's just my input. I relate to this one really hard. My cat, and cats in general, think the world revolves around them. And that's because the world to them is the fucking apartment they live in. She's always crying for me to feed her while I'm working, because she doesn't realize the fact that I'm working is what lets her get fed. She'll meow to try and get me to let her eat earlier than scheduled, but I don't negotiate with terrorists. This just feels more generally brain dead. Certainly it would have been just as easy to plug your charger into one of the plugs on the 20-socket charging station instead of unplugging the whole thing. I imagine he could have even gotten his phone a little closer to where he was sitting by doing that. To make a decision like this, you just have to be missing a few lobes in the brain for this to be the peak logistical solution in your head. This is the type of main character who is dumb and naive to the way the world really works and would die very quickly without the plot armor. Some of these clips have to be people making the active decision to be annoying. Like this lady probably decided, it'd be really funny if I stuck my elbows in the eye socket of someone trying to eat a sandwich right now. If there was minimal room to take these kind of pictures, I would have been like, that still sucks, but she's not the only one doing it, I guess. But there is miles of window real estate if she would just turn the fuck around. I swear, she just looks at the camera recording her a few times and is still shameless. Only I'm allowed to be that much of an asshole in public, stupid. That dog knew exactly what it was doing. Definitely had some type of training for this exact moment. It's a service dog that's primed to block a camera when it sees somebody's ass face towards it. I'm gonna say this is main character behavior, and the series it's a part of is a villain of the week type show, where the dog has to fight off a new ass-shaking TikTok trend every 7 days. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think public I am the main character behavior is not as bad when a camera is intentionally present for what the person is doing. You know, when it's being done for some kind of work. Like, this person is doing a whole fucking lot, but at least they're doing a whole fucking lot. They are putting in that effort for them being the main character. In the opening clip where those guys were yelling in the East Village at the ash crack of dawn, the only person who was going to be able to view that video on loop was their subconscious. At least if you record it in camera properly and put it on TikTok, you can simulate being the main character via likes and comments. That being said, this person is just reusing the set from the potato salad music video. Kind of lazy.
I got the tallest Liberty spikes in the world. My name is Damian Styles, and this is my song, American Paranoid Freak.
I'm at Burger King with my Burger Queen. Can I get a large fry? Cheese vegan, please, so don't put no cheese with some honey mustard.
Bro was just slapping buzzwords together until he thought it sounded marketable enough. American Paranoid Freak describes your average Tom McDonald fan. It's really funny to me that he named and based his spikes off the Statue of Liberty. I don't know if that's like a bigger, wider trend that people have done before him, but I think I'm just gonna live in ignorance on this one. Also, if I was him, I would have cut the part where he jumped off the counter after only 10 seconds of screaming on top of it. Because the way it is now makes it look like he was just doing it for long enough to finish up his TikTok plug. And then right after that, he was gonna profusely apologize to the staff for inconveniencing them and using their store as a marketing stunt. Listen, if you're gonna be an asshole in public, just be an asshole in public. Don't do that. That was comedy. That was what we call something funny. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. That card I mentioned should be on screen now. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on, and don't go after anyone I talked about in this video, because that's cringe. This has been Kwite, and I will see you in the unneeded sequel series to this video.